I have historical evidence that proves that there is no time like the present to remake the film Sister Act. Let me explain. If you've never seen the 1992 masterpiece classic Sister Act, starring Whoopi Goldberg, it's about a lounge singer who's hiding in a convent from her mob boss boyfriend, and she teaches them 1960 songs to devote to Jesus. And that's all you need to know. No, as a matter of fact, I do not believe my history degree is going to waste for free videos on the internet. Anyway, so over the course of American history, which is about 300 years, we do have spikes and dips in both church attendance and religious participation in general. The two biggest ones were called the First and Second Great Awakening. I can't remember when the First Great Awakening happened, but during the second was roughly the end of the 1800s. So during the turn of the century into the 1900s, you have something called the temperance movement, which was the idea of not doing all these so-called ill social practices. Primarily, they don't like the fact that people drink alcohol. Now, ideally, they didn't want people drinking alcohol because men would get drunk, come home, and beat their wives. But as we were moving into the Industrial Revolution, these manufacturers found out that you can't operate heavy machinery drunk. And so they put a big push onto it, and that's why we had abolition in the 1930s. Now, obviously, that got repealed, and then you had a major dip in the 1970s during the free love movement. But you're going to see an uptick again in the 1980s during Satanic Panic, when everybody believed everything was either satanic or part of the satanic cult and all this other stuff. And then you'll see a dip again in the Y2K era with New Age philosophy. But if anybody has watched the news at any point lately, you'll know that there's this kind of push for Christian nationalism right now, which is why I'm saying now is the perfect time to remake the movie Sister Act. So here's what would be pretty cool. As I said before, Sister Act was made in 1992 and they were singing songs from the 60s. That's roughly a 30-year gap. If we wanted to make the movie for now, everybody would be singing versions of songs from like the late 80s and early 90s as choral hymnals. Don't ask me which ones, but all I can picture is how do I know? Moving on. So this is the cast list for the original Sister Act, right? As you can see, this film had powerhouses, okay? Not only do we have Whoopi Goldberg, but we have Dame Maggie Smith. We have Professor McGonagall herself, the Dowager Countess Grantham. And we have Kathy Namjimi. We have Peggy Hill. We have Mary Sanderson. Here's what I'm proposing. We keep all three of them, and we can either give them different pieces, or we can have them as themselves and maybe have them take a step back from their leadership positions. Either way, I still want them here. And if you're wondering who's going to play the lead role, I have a list for that too. First and foremost is Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill was one of the stars in the second movie, and they did a whole lot of character development with her, so I shouldn't think she should get seniority over casting for the remake. Secondly is Queen Latifah. Not only can she sing, but she's funny. My third choice is Uzo Aduba. I don't know if she can sing, but she does have Emmys in drama and comedy. Nicole Byer. I don't know if she can sing, I just want to see her in more things. And finally, Tiffany Haddish, just because I want to see her try to run away from the mob guys, and I think that would be funny as fuck. You should follow me, 'cause sometimes I post great reviews. I want a reason to watch movies.